Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who have not been on my channel yet, I'm Casey. I just want to introduce myself real quick. And this is my YouTube channel, Casey Ann. And this YouTube channel is going to be full of arts and crafts, DIY, party and event planning, home improvements, etc. So I'm glad that you guys are watching. Be sure to subscribe. Okay, so today's video is our first home improvement video and we're really excited. This project was really cheap and really easy for us, and I mean, honestly, to tell you the truth, we didn't spend a dime on this. When we had our housewarming party when we first moved in, all of our friends and family got us a lot of Home Depot and Lowe's gift cards, so we literally did not spend a dime on this. But I think out of pocket, if we were to buy this on our own, it wouldn't cost more than $60. So it's a really inexpensive way to improve your home and get that farmhouse feel. Okay, so getting started on this project, we had to do a lot of planning. It wasn't overwhelming, but I mean, we wanted to make sure that we took our time and got our measurements exact. Getting started, we measured the width of our fireplace. We wanted our shiplap to be flush with the two white columns going down, so we got the width measured and then the height up to where our ceiling starts to incline. So after our measurements, Tyler and I took a trip to Home Depot and Lowe's to get all of our supplies and our boards cut. I would suggest that you have Home Depot cut the boards for you. That saved us a little bit of time and hassle. We didn't have to pull out the saw. Definitely see if they can cut them for you. That will save you a lot of time. Also, make sure they cut your boards right, because we did get home and a couple of our boards were too long. Thank goodness we had a saw and we could fix that minor problem ourselves, but just make sure that they cut it even, because that's kind of a pain in the rear if you don't have a saw. So make sure they do their job. Okay, so the materials that we used, we had a few of them. We did have to go to Home Depot and Lowe's to get a couple more just to make sure that we had everything that we needed before we got started. But some things that you might have around the house that you already have and you don't need to go buy, hopefully you have these because it'll save you some money, is a stud finder. And I would recommend getting a magnetic stud finder, because this one doesn't really work very well and we kind of hit a bump in the road using this one. So if you can get a magnetic one, definitely do it. Also, a power drill and a tape measure. How do you work this thing? Oh. And a medium grit sander. If you can get an electrical sander, I promise it'll be so much easier, because sanding down 40 little things, it's not fun. Trust me. Or trust Tyler, he did it, not me. Okay, so things that we had to run to the store for and things that we didn't have around the house was this wood filler. We use this to fill in all the holes from the screws and to sand them down, just to make sure that we had a really flat surface to paint over and that there weren't any divots or bumps. Also, we got trim head screws, 8x2. These are really important to get because of the head. It's so small that when you drill it in, you don't want a huge hole in your shiplap. So these were really nice and handy to use. Also, shiplap, the most important part of the project. We had the Home Depot employees cut these in half for us and then measure them down. We got the tongue and groove. I don't know if you can see it very well. They almost fit in like puzzle pieces, which makes it really nice when putting them up, because you don't have to do it like if you were using plywood where you have to insert the nickels to get that right gapping to make it look like shiplap. This is actual shiplap, and I'm telling you, spend a little extra money and makes them a lot easier. And also, even though the shiplap was white, we had paint left over from when we were painting our house that we used to go over it, to just go over any scuffs or marks that we made along the way, and also to paint the borders. Also, something that I don't have on me right now because we used it all We got 3-inch pine boards to go around our border. I don't have those on hand to show you, but you can get those at Home Depot or Lowe's for fairly cheap. Okay, so now we're going to get to the video of us putting up the shiplap. This is actual footage. We work really fast. Just kidding, it's a time lapse. But it didn't take long at all, so definitely check it out. I hope you guys like it. If so, give me a thumbs up. So to get started, we put up the boards to make sure that they were cut at the right measurements, and then we aligned them where we wanted them exactly to go. Next, we took a stud finder and marked exactly where the studs were. This is where we hit a bump in the road, so be sure to use a magnetic stud finder if you can get your hands on one. So from there, we screwed in 2 shiplap boards, and then we reached the electrical outlet. From there, we figured out exactly where the outlet hole needed to be cut. With the outline being traced, we drilled a hole in the middle and took a jigsaw to cut the outline. Once that was done, we extended the outlet to the shiplap and ran screws that were just long enough to reach the outlet box. After that was done, we started lining up the rest of the shiplap and making sure that they fit evenly with the rest of the boards. During this part, it was really important for us to make sure that we had these level and so that the shiplap boards were flush with the wall and that they were lined up perfectly. After those were done, Tyler and his dad had to go up to the garage to make a couple adjustments on the last 2 shiplap pieces because they weren't cut to the exact measurement. But after they got those cut, they came back and we started adding the borders around the shiplap. We started with the top one, screwed it in, and then finished with the 2 sides. From there, we started putting the wood putty into the shiplap where the screws were and started sanding them down. So after that was done, we called it quits and went to bed so we could get a good night's rest and start sanding in the morning. So when we got up the next morning, we started sanding each of the holes. I started first and started working my way from the bottom to the top. Then I had Tyler do the rest because I wanted some orange cinnamon rolls. So that's why Tyler is sanding and I'm in the kitchen baking at this point. But then after that was done, we started painting. Painting was fairly easy. We started painting all the parts that were sanded down to cover those up, and then we started on the border. It's also really important that when you paint the shiplap to paint inside the creases that the shiplap touches the border. There are small gaps that you can fill in with paint just to make sure that everything looks even and that there's no gaps opening, because there will be dark lines if you don't cover this up with paint. And so that's it. We absolutely love how the shiplap looks above our mantel. It definitely lightens things up in the front room, and it also makes our walls look a little taller. This project, again, was so easy, relatively cheap, and again, it just gives you that farmhouse feel, and it's easy to decorate with. Okay, so that's it. Definitely a fun and easy project. Again, very inexpensive. It's just a way to kind of update your home and give you that farmhouse new look. We definitely love it and how it flows with the rest of our home decor. I'm going to have a poll up at the top. If you guys want to see a full description of how we did this project, just click on the poll, check yes or no. Okay, also, don't forget to check out all my other social media sites. I'm on Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Don't forget to subscribe. I need some more subscribers because I've only got like 10 and I'm feeling like a loser. So subscribe, share, subscribe. I hope you guys like this video. Let me know what you think. Send me more feedback. If you want to know how I did something, ask me questions. I'm here to help you and make your home more beautiful.